Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the American Music Fan. All roads have led to this. This is the Let It Be Beatles album review. My final Beatles review. I will not be reviewing that or the mini documentaries soon. I will eventually, but not right now. So this is a review of the final released, not final, but the last released Beatles album. Abbey Road was technically the last because they had started recording this under the name of Get Back, which is a song on here. But they stopped recording it and they recorded Abbey Road instead. So then we have Abbey Road, and then we released this in May of 1970. So this album gets shunned quite a bit, actually, and I think that's kind of not good because I love this album. I think this album gets a bad rep for stuff that doesn't make sense. Sure, people's argument is that this album is overproduced, like Alex Klein, who got control of the Beatles, that really ticked Paul off and had made it so that Paul wanted to leave the band. He overproduced this with Phil Spector. And, yeah, so it has the Apple Core disc, again, like they do, the Apple Core disc. Just before I get into it, I wanted to remind you that I've reviewed the other Beatles albums, Please Please Me, all the way through Abbey Road, and I've recorded my Celebrity Beatles box set, so if you want to check any of those out, that's on a playlist called Box Sets, and those are on a playlist called Beatles Reviews. So let's get into the album. Nice picture there. Opens up with Two of Us, which is a very good song. Paul and John both singing it. Really good. I don't really know. I guess it's just about two people who have had a lot of memories together and really love each other. And I think it might actually be about Paul and John. They have had a lot of memories, and they're like brothers. They might have a fight, especially when this album came out, because they kind of hated each other when this album was released. But another thing worth mentioning is that this album, this was really, during this time, Paul McCartney was at war, trying to break the Beatles up. If you want to blame anyone, it wasn't Yoko who broke the Beatles up. It was Alex Klein, and if you really want to blame who actually finalized it, it was Paul McCartney. But this album went head-to-head with McCartney 1, which obviously the Beatles album trumps McCartney 1 in sales. But yeah, it's fine. After Two of Us, we have Dig a Pony, which is a John song, saying that you can pretty much do anything you want, anything you set your mind to. I don't know why it's called Dig a Pony, but that's basically what it is. It's a great John song. Good guitar work. This album really gets back to basics. This is just basically this album gets back to basics. Next we have Across the Universe, which is another John song, which is very psychedelic. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slick away across the universe. Good song. Great guitar work on that one too. Next one is an incredible George Harrison song called I Me Mine. It's really good. I Me Mine. Da, 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 da. Great guitar work as usual. Really good song. Next we have Dig It, which is kind of a throwaway. I mean, it's okay, but I don't think it really serves any purpose on the album. It's just about, I don't even think it's probably like a minute or less long, which leads into the title track, Let It Be. Now, Let It Be is another one of those legendary songs. I mean, seriously, when people say Beatles, they probably think a couple things, but Let It Be has got to be one of the songs they think of, because Let It Be, the piano on that song is incredible, the vocals are incredible. I don't mind the band, like the symphonic band, coming in on this song. I think it fills it in enough, but you know what? it would have been okay if it wasn't there too. I know the Beatles didn't like it that much that they put all these symphonic bands in there. They kind of wanted to keep it simple. Also, at this time, Billy Preston was hanging around the Beatles too, which is good. After that, we have Maggie Mae, which is a short song from John and Paul's youth. I think it's about a hooker, prostitute. This is a song. It's a cover. John Lennon favorite when he was a boy, and it's a great song. Next, hold on, I gotta look at it here. Oh, next we have one of my favorites is I've Got a Feeling. This has really good vocals by both Paul and John, an incredible guitar riff. I guess it's talking about struggles again. It's really good. Great guitar work and great vocals, especially John's part in the vocals are the "Everybody Had a Hard Year" part is really what I think steals this song. Then we have One After 909, which is another kind of rockier song. It's good. Not a ton to say about it. Sorry, I'm going to have to look again. Oh yeah, then we have The Long and Winding Road. This was the one that Paul was really mad that Phil Spector and Alec Klein wanted to mess with a lot. Paul was really upset that they put in like it was either this one or Let It Be, where they put in like a choir and they put like a string arrangement in there that he didn't want. So that made Paul really mad about it. It's a good song. I like it when Paul plays it live just because I feel like that's the way it was intended. But yeah, it's a great song. Next we have For You Blue, which is another one that I kind of forget about quite a bit, so I'm not going to go in depth on that one. Then we have The Closer, which was the original title for this album, Get Back. Awesome song, great guitar work, just fantastic. Good vocal. Yeah. So, also there's another version of Let It Be called Let It Be Naked, which came out early 2000s, I think, and that was more of a raw, stripped-down version of Let It Be. I don't have that, otherwise I would review it. Maybe someday I'll get it. I think they just remastered that, actually, again, too. Yep, but, okay, let's just for fun, let's take a look at how the Beatles changed. We went from this, 4 mop-top English boys, to these 4 music legends, these 4 incredible, talented guys, no longer with their mop tops, growing as 4 different individuals. The split up of the Beatles took place shortly after, actually before this came out after the Beatles broke up, actually. Or it came out like right around that time. It was like McCartney won, and this, and then like right afterwards the Beatles broke up. So yep, this is it. This is the end. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and watching my Beatles reviews. Next time on my review show, I will be reviewing a movie box set that I have, and I will be getting into some movies. From here on out, I will just be doing any kind of review that I really want to do. At that time, I will not be doing anything like this for quite a while. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching again. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.